Welcome to this exciting panel of Agentic and Generative AI. We've all seen how generative AI can create text, code, and designs. But now, with the advent of Agentic AI, we can also decide, plan, and act. That's Agentic AI, a field still being defined, full of opportunities, but also challenges. Today's discussion isn't just about big tech. It's about how you, as students, can prepare to enter this space, whether as engineers, researchers, or future entrepreneurs. Together with our alumni, let's explore where this journey takes us. So, to lay the foundation of this panel, I would like to ask Atul sir to please define Agentic AI in simple terms, especially compared to generative AI, so the students can see a clear difference between them.
Hello, everyone. So, firstly, as you explained that generative AI is basically generating text, code, and images. That is a good definition, and that is what it is. And Agentic AI is one step further to the generative AI, which can think and break the complex problem into simple, small steps and take action on it on its own. So one of the example which I want to give you to make your understanding better about it. Suppose you put in ChatGPT that I want to plan a trip for Manali. So it will give you that, okay, these are the locations which you can visit in Manali, and this is the temperature and all those things. But if you give these kind of text to the Agentic AI version of it, it will give you the ticket information. It can book the tickets for you. It can book the hotels for you. So that it is Agentic AI is. So that is the basic thing, which is generative AI and Agentic AI is. Over to you.
Sir, very grateful.
If I can also add.
Yes, sir, sure, sir.
So I'll also share my understanding about the Agentic AI. As Atul mentioned, is generative AI, if you think from a perspective, a very fundamental thing, is based on probability. Basically, you are generating the text or any kind of content. Correct? That's the scope of generative AI. But now, if you, let's say you're building a solution which also have access to the tools, let's say your calendar, or it could be Teams or any kind of tools, and that is basically an AI agent. So AI agent is which can do the generation part and can also integrate with different tools and also have a memory in place. Correct? Now, if you see, there is an ecosystem. There are multiple AI agents solving a complex thing for you. That is the Agentic AI system. An example shared by Atul is booking a trip to Manali. Correct? Where you need access to your calendar. Maybe you need access to booking.com, Make My Trip, all those kind of portals. And then, but at last, the foundation is the generative AI and large language models.
All right, sir, that was quite informational, because now we have a clear boundary as to what generative AI and Agentic AI mean, so that the students can know. Now that we know there is a boundary, I would like to ask Gaurav sir, right, what are the meaningful opportunities that exist to contribute in this field?
Okay, so that's a very nice question. What are the opportunities that exist? As a student, I can first answer it as a student. Now we know we do have a generative and the Agentic AI built by very big labs, Google, Microsoft, and all of those. So consider yourself as when you start your programming language. For example, you have started with the Python. So you may not have learned how the embedding programming work, how the things work at the CPU level. You have just learned about the Python and its syntax. So similarly into the generative and as well as the Agentic AI, whatever is being built, that is being built. Now it's your responsibility to use that wrapper and how to solve your problems or your day-to-day problems using those generative AI. So that's the first level. Once you reach that first level, then you will feel that it is being quite stagnant. That, okay, generative AI is giving me the same answer. Now I want to go to the next level. A very good example shared for the trip to Manali. So then learning how I can configure my generative AI so that it can start doing some of the actions on behalf of me. That's the agentic AI. But that is being already provided, that how the agentic AI will work with the help of the MCPs and all those things. Now, as a student, it's your responsibility to learn how that MCP will work and try to solve your very simplest problem using that one. So that's how you can learn about or apply those generative and the agentic AI in your day-to-day life.
Right, sir. The thing you talked about, chat GPT, if you consider for an example, it enters in a state of confusion if you take the chat to a long extent. So I was able to relate to that because I think most of us over here are using chat GPT on a daily basis. And that was quite informational, sir. Apart from this, I have a question from Puneet, sir. Sir, you have an expertise in fintech and retail for a long time, for near to 2 decades now, I think. So I wanted to ask that, what are the scopes of agentic AI or generative AI in fields apart from core tech? Like we know about your venture of Second Movement. So that was integration of AI into luxury. So please help us know more about that.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, sitting here, this audience is all computer science IT. All are computer science IT. I was a computer science graduate from KIET, right, back in 2007. And I went to HCL and then I kept on, changing my fields, domains, because I was more interested in the business side of the aspects of how actually the business is being run. What I'll share, it will very much, coherent with you. You will realize what exactly happens. So today you are studying computer science. You will feel that you will land up in a computer science job. Okay, you'll enter into an IT field or somewhere. But most often you'll feel that after entering into a segment, it's not your final destination. It will not be your final destination. Maybe you will change the sectors as well. Currently, I'm into pre-owned watches segment. This is a portal that we are building. It's a marketplace where you can buy and sell pre-owned luxury watches like Rolex, Patek Philippe. Suna hoga naam sabne, okay? Rolex. Now, in this segment also, it's hard to believe that how a generative AI or agentic AI can play a role. Yes, it's actually playing a role. I'll share you in a while that how it plays. In fintech space, we all are using UPI. How transactions are getting into, how fast they have become. UPI on IMPS rails, right? Previous to that was RTGS, NEFT. These terms are well known to all of you. So in every field, it is actually playing a role. How you can make the ease of doing your business. Even any of you who's sitting here, I am sure most of you would be having, some Instagram handles or maybe YouTube channels also. Somebody would have tried to build a YouTube channel also. How many of you have a YouTube channel of your own? Wow. So how are you doing the digital marketing for it? Any tools you are using for digital marketing?
To analyze the performance of my videos, I use vidIQ and to generate more ideas.
Wow.
Yeah.
So see, it's beyond that, entering into the other segments also.
Yeah,
Impacting
exactly.
our lives on a day-to-day basis and businesses. I'll try to cover more business in depth as a case study also. I have with it and try to put on that.
So that was good to know. But I would like to ask Puneet Garg, sir. Sir, we are students. You have also been a student. But, and if you think whatever we are being taught, we have that sort of reasoning attitude that why are we being taught this? Do we need to pay attention to this? Is this will be helpful in the future or not? So I wanted to ask, do we need to pay attention to agentic AI? Or if we have to pay attention, do we have to do it right now? Is this the high time?
Okay, thanks. A very good question. And actually, I worked in industry for 19 years. Okay, and I started my career as a service engineer, basically. Now I'm in sales, and I work in all service industry. I work in product companies as well, right? You name it, and I have a job there. Okay, I work in Oracle. I work in Nokia Siemens Networks. I work in SCL, I work in HP. So I have seen industry very closely. Okay, now talk about agentic AI. Is it real? Is it real not? So first of all, I look at the industry very closely because I'm in pre-sales and I'm in sales. So from the business side, we always look at the reports, right? Everyone knows about the Gartner, magic quads, everything, right? So recently Gartner told that agentic AI market in next 2 years is 33 billion. Okay, can you imagine that market 33 billion? So now that thing is real, and the use case is also real. We need to look at that how we can contribute, right? Everyone is talking about agentic AI doing every task, right? They are doing our task, but we need to understand what task they are doing, and then where interventions are required, right? So some repetitive tasks, for example, administrator task, chatbot, customer care, okay, those tasks they are doing, right? But now we need more program managers, because agentic AI always need governance, okay? They need a program manager. So basically there is a very buzzword in the agentic AI is human in loop, right? Always you require a human who look at the agentic AI functionality, who keep governance. That's supposed to be ethical, okay? So those things we need to look at that. So those terms are now relevant. Things are progressing. Somewhere, some reports are telling that it's a buzzword, okay? But what I'm seeing in my industry is that CXO layers, they are very cautious while they are doing the investment in the agentic AI project. The reason behind is that because last 10 years back, everyone's talking about cloud computing, right? They were talking about Amazon, they were talking about Azure, Google Cloud, Alibaba, right? Still what I have seen is that company made huge investment in the public cloud, but now we are talking about the multi-cloud. So things are transformed. Same way, we will look at the transformation in this era. Okay, we will see a lot of new things. For example, now we are talking about the quant computing. Earlier, that was concept. Now we are talking about quant cyber security. That's another thing is coming, because as soon as you have a very complicated systems, the security matters for those systems, right? So those things we are looking right now. So you have to look at that, the new streams which are generating around this agentic AI. Also, one thing we should always remember, while the technologies are doing a development, they are doing a transformation, sustainability aspect is also very important, because every human on earth should talk about heat generation, sustainability, and industry is very serious. Earlier, when we do the presentation in front of customer, sustainability part comes last. Okay, we talk about the technology, we talk about every new transformations, everything, right? Innovations. Now, when we are in front of customer, sustainability took a first part. Okay, now we start our solution, our presentation with the sustainability. So that is also interrelated with your agentic AI development. So those things are relevant.
I'm sorry if I can interrupt, and I have a question for you. Maybe Punish sir can comment. One is human in the loop. We always there's a buzzword that human should be in the loop in the AI system, agentic world. Is it due to the fact that accuracy is not there? That's why we need a human in the loop, or is it something else that's the reason we need human in the loop?
Yeah. So I told already governance, right? For example, we have a students, okay? We have a teachers in a college. Teachers always, and then we have teachers, basically it's a one-to-one relationship, like teachers is giving knowledge to us, we are taking from them. But we look at other people in the college, like we have a deans also, like we have a placement officers also. So they are doing the part of governance, they are part of it, they are doing the ethical jobs. So basically it's a combination, right? So when I say human in loop, they required to do a governance. They required to look at the functionality. They required to look at that how the things are doing correct or not. Are we getting the right output? Okay, because we need to remember, it's an autonomous system, right? They have their own mind. They are talking about, they have a, now earlier in the generative AI, we talk about the prompt engineering. Everyone knows about the prompt engineering, like people are doing the courses in that one. Just go and Google context engineering. That's a new word. It's now a better level of your prompt engineering. I have one slides and PPT which I have created. What is the context engineering? So things are getting wider. That's why we need always a human, a people to look at the things and govern the things.
So another factor is, one is which you mentioned, is another is a human relationship part. So as an example, in our industry or the company which I belong to, we are automating the client services part, more mundane tasks, correct? But the vision from the CEO is, even the accuracy or the governance is there, but always there should be a human talking to the customer, because that's the relationship that you're building with the customer. An AI chatbot cannot build that relationship. Now think from the perspective of, if you go to any portal, let's say Amazon.com, and if you have a chatbot over there, which is helping you, maybe solving all the things for you, but the relationship is not getting built up over there, correct? So for B2B businesses, I think one is governance for sure is important, other is the human relationship. And that's where you need a human in the loop, as per my understanding as well.
No, absolutely right. So I just give you one example, like in bank sector, if you go, you have a chatbots, right? You are interacting with them, but ultimately you get a satisfaction when you connect a customer care guy. Okay, you tell their problem in either English or Hindi, whatever your local language, and then he give you the solution. You get the satisfaction there.
Yeah.
So human is always relevant. Yeah? It is not like that machine is doing everything, and it will not do.
And also, apart from human relationship, other part is, as a client support team member, I need to be act as a detective, so that I can get more insights from the customer and I can sell something else as well. Correct? A chatbot cannot do that. And another part is, maybe you can also comment, with what I see from student perspective, there are two areas where student can evolve and can contribute to. One is research, where India as a whole is, let's say, is not up to the mark. If you see a large language model or training the model, and if you see DeepSeek and all those things, correct? So now we can train a fundamental models with less computing power. So those kind of research is still required, that we are not doing as of now in India, which need more broader research. That's why now industry, sooner or later, we incline towards PhDs and masters, rather than just, because earlier PhDs, we treat them more of a theoretical knowledge, but now industry needs those theoretical knowledge to build something new. This is one part of the area. Second is application of generative AI, where all these agentic AIs, MCP, building the infrastructure, building the libraries comes into the picture. So you can decide which area we want to dive in further. Yeah.
Right. Sir, you talked about keeping the human in the loop. Sir, maybe it is because there should be a limit that after this stage, there should be a human interaction, because the AI can't handle everything. And to build upon this further, the human in the loop, Atul sir, I have a question from you. Since we are giving a lot of power to the agentic AI to handle and act on its own, so do you think that there are chances that AI could start acting too independently? Or that is the reason Hemant sir talked about keeping human in the loop?
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. We need human in loop to decide whether the response which we are getting is accurate or not, and whether it is not causing any kind of impartiality with others. So what I have seen and read is that there was one AI hiring bot developed by Amazon in 2018, and they have fed the data of last 10 years to that bot, that these are the resume of people who got selected in Amazon in last 10 years. So after that, they started working with that bot, and they decided that they will use that bot to hire people. And later what they have found out is that bot by itself decided that it will reject the women candidate, because in last 10 years Amazon has not hired that much women candidate, and resume which they were fed to that bot was mainly of male. So it was rejecting on the basis if somebody has put in the resume that I have won some women championship or something. As soon as it sees the word women in the resume, it was rejecting it. So these kind of things happens with the Agentic AI bot or bots, which we develop right now. So definitely 2-3 things which we have to take care. One is the context engineering, which sir was talking about, that we have to provide the correct context to the bot or prompt engineering. Second is human in loop, and there should be AI governance guideline as well to take care of these things.
I have a comment again to make. So it's debatable in nature. So for me, it seems like winter is coming. So AI winter is coming for sure. And so if you think from AI agent perspective, the work or research which took 1 year, now AI can do it in 2 weeks. Now the future plan of the industry leader is, from the which are spending or investing in AI domain, is that now an AI agent can build another AI agent, and that can build another AI agent. So 1 week of research, so let's say a person is doing 1 year of research, that is replaced by an AI agent that can do it in 2 weeks. And now there would be another AI agent sitting on top of that, doing the same work in 1 week, and this will go on. So it's more exponential in nature, but sooner or later we'll get to know the accuracy of it. So it could be the winter is coming, or it could be just a buzzword.
So winter or not, I would leave that to the audience to ponder about. But the thing said about multi-agents being in the picture. So if suppose me or any of the students from the audience is thinking of entering this field, and they think of building a pipeline bot. So is there a fact that they should be confident about that I should do this, or they should be safe that I could do this safely, so that their pipeline bot, what they prepared it for, it doesn't just strays away from its goal and start acting on its own?
Maybe I'll change the question and I'll comment on which Puneet also mentioned. That is the need of program managers. So earlier, when I passed out, so there is a requirement of Java. So you learn Java, you learn multiple data structure and all those things. Now there is a need of more of an all-rounder kind of personality. So if you see cricket, if you play cricket, so there are batsmen, there are bowlers, there are fielders, and there are all-rounders. Now with the AI, the need of all-rounder is evolving further. So you need to be smart enough. You should be someone who can learn the technology very rapidly in a couple of weeks. So that is more of the requirement now. So you are someone who can connect multiple things because you understand multiple things. So you need to have a fundamental understanding what is an AI, what is data structure, what is UI, what is UX, what is sales, what is business, and so on and so forth. And then as a person, you need to connect all those things. That's where your role plays the critical part. So rather than just focusing and going deeper into that I can build an AI agent, I can build a multi-AI agent, that could be one purpose. Let's say if you want to build a company, if you want to build a software, that could be one approach. From the student perspective, you need to be more all-rounder in presentation, in connecting the dots, and having a broader view of the ecosystem.
Puneet sir, I think you had something which you would like to share, right? You were prompting me to say something.
So, when we talk about relevancy, right? We are talking about new jobs. Okay. So what I have seen is that jobs are transforming. Okay. Everyone in the college here is always look for a good job. Okay. Either good profile after once you come out from the college. So nowadays it's very challenging what path I should take. And that's a question everyone have, right? So what my opinion on that is that now the jobs are transforming and they are transforming very rapidly. Okay. It's not more it's not about the jobs are shrinking. Okay. What we have seen is that job like whatever older jobs, for example, I'm not demotivating anyone here, like software engineers everyone want to go for because everyone come from the CS and IT branch. Python is a basic now a normal language for everyone, right? That's fine. But if you look at the development of AI, okay, in my company nowadays, for my products, we have almost 100 SKUs of products. They are using AI now. Now they will start that part from next 6 months. They are start using AI for code enhancement or code generation, right? So just look at that, how the jobs are transformed. Now they are using AI. It is not a fear for you because definitely someone need to validate everything, right? Someone need to look at that the codes are right or not. Because somewhere we have seen is that AI do the coding itself, sometimes they go to the wrong directions. Okay, that is also happening. There are a lot of risk associated with that one. Some are predictable, some are not predictable, right? So those risks we have to manage. So every time we need a person to look at those things. So software testing, software developments, everywhere we are seeing AI impact, and that's happening. But it also creating a new door for you to look at or knock a new door so that you can transform yourself and then look at the different options, right? Earlier, everyone's talking about the LLMs, right? ChatGPT, 3 billion parameters, right? When we run anything on LLMs, we talk about 3 billion parameters. They are signifies those things, magnifies that my ChatGPT 3 are on based on 3 billion parameters, ChatGPT 5 is on 5 billion parameters, right? They are magnifying those things. Now what's happening in the industry? No one is talking about LLMs, everyone's talking about the SLM, like small language models. They are domain specific, okay? So now you need to look at that, develop that one. That will be impactful. Just choose any industry which you like. You like creative industry, choose that one. You like BFSI, banking and financial sector, choose that one. You like healthcare, choose that one, okay? Industry need domain experts. Create a knowledge in those domains which you like, because while doing the interviews also, they like that thing very much, okay? You should have a domain knowledge. For example, a mechanical guy, right? They can have they have a knowledge on automobile. For IT, they can have a knowledge in insurance sector or banking sector. I'm talking about IT kind of knowledge. So once you have that domain knowledge, and then if you are working to develop this kind of SLMs, right? You are doing a coding, you are a good coder, develop that one. There you need less resources, okay? Sometime to develop that one, you don't need GPUs as well. I just quoted the example of Intel. Last week, I was in session with the Intel, okay? They showed that in any AI phase, we have a three things: training, okay, fine tuning, and then RAG models. For training, which basically LLMs, where you train your data, right? You need GPUs, heavy servers, heavy compute powers, right? The second, fine tuning, where you require less GPUs, CPUs. So Intel showed those reports. You can go and Google that one. They published the paper recently. For those interferencing or training or interferencing or fine tuning, you don't need GPUs, okay? What it means for you, basically you can also develop those systems which are domain specific. Tech Mahindra earlier created one LLMs which they call Indus. What that does, that LLM models convert any language to the local language. They deployed that system for Indonesia, okay? Now what is the next step for them? They are slices those LLMs Indus and then creating the SLMs. Now they are going to give that modeling to every mobile in the rural area of India. So what's the vision of Anand Mahindra is that every student who are in rural, in village, can get a knowledge or can do the study through mobile, through that small language, okay, that Indus, because that model can convert English to their local language. See the use case. So based on the use case, you just go to Google, search the use cases, search the domains, and then decide your interest and develop your skills accordingly. That will be relevant for you.
Sir, like you mentioned, there has been a paradigm shift from LLMs to SLMs. So we can say that industry is changing every time. Every 10 years, there's a wave. We talked about it earlier. And the follow-up question is to Puneet Ghai, sir. So there was the industrial revolution. All right, there were introduction to factories, automation. The handicrafts and the craftsmen lost their jobs. Is this the entire timeline is sort of repeating with agentic AI in picture? Yes, sir? Sure, sir. Rishesh, sir, please, can you have the PPT? So is there a thing that the businesses are going to perish due to the introduction of AI in the picture?
Not at all. Simply put it, not at all. It has never been and it will never be. So see, let's understand what happens ना, हम लोग मूवी बहुत देखते हैं, right? और वो cybernetics वाली movies देखते हैं. We feel that there will be AIs who will be having conscious. Understand, till today, human has not been able to define what a conscious inside a human is. We have not been able to define it, right? Do you think that they will be able to put it, a conscience inside of machine? No, not at all. What will happen is, let's see. Okay, let me share with you something I prepared. History of fear. Let's see how history has traveled itself. Industrial revolution, just he talked about. 19th century, they were the Luddites, right? They believed that if machines have come, our jobs will be taken away. Did it ever happen, or more jobs were created? More jobs were created, right? Next. Keep on moving, right? Indian economic crisis 1991 happens. I was a part of it. Maybe some of you were a part of it, right? We felt that Indian economy is going down. Computers, from typewriters to computers, evolved. Next. Y2K, I think some of you must be born in like 2000s, I don't know, right? Y2K, we know, we felt that all the computers are going to crash. Did it happen? Next. Financial crisis. So I think we both were part of it, right? We did our engineering in 2007. Puneet sir, he did it in 2006, right? We were a part of this crisis because when we were in our first jobs, we faced the financial crisis of 2008. It was said that all the asset bubbles and everything doomed. I'll tell you, after the financial crisis, now, I myself did a 10,000 crores of bond issuance for UPPCL, one of my customers. So just imagine what we are doing. Next. 2012, Mayan calendar. Dunia khatam ho jayegi 21st of June 2012. Ever happened? Past. COVID-19. Things will change. ऐसा हो जाएगा, वैसा हो जाएगा. All around that, YouTube University is coming into place. People talking about a lot of things. Did it ever happen? Let me show you what actually happened. BSE Sensex, see from where it has moved. This Sensex, this is your economy, a true representation of your economy, right? See where it has moved. How it has moved. From 1991 to 2022, I covered from 91. We are here in 2025, 11th of September, yesterday it was at almost an all-time high of 81,000. कुछ लोगों ने stocks में भी invest किया होगा या करते होगे, interested होगे. Just see it, see these facts, please. Oh, next slide, yeah, okay. In US, $1 billion, our GDP. What's our GDP size today? $4 trillion US dollars. कहीं गया? नहीं, ऊपर जा रहा है. Next. The lump of labor fallacy, actually, right? I'm myself a student of, economics, psychology, so I can very well relate to it. So we have a tend of fear, right? We think that jobs are very limited, market is very limited, right? The idea that there is a finite amount of work to be done. सिर्फ यही काम होता है और यही होगा आगे. ऐसा नहीं है. बहुत सारी नई चीज़ें इवॉल्व हो जाएंगी. जैसे जैसे चीज़ें चेंज होंगी. Things will evolve. Your roles will change. They are not going to be the same which you are doing today. Role change हो जाएगा. ठीक है, डेफिनेटली होगा, डिस्प्लेसमेंट होगा, बट रोल्स चेंज हो जाएंगी. एज पुनीत सर वाज राइटली मेंशनिंग, राइट, हेमंत आल्सो चाइम्ड इन, human factor will be there in a different model in terms of Hemant mentioned about connecting the dots, right? Ability to connect the dots. So what as students, right, today sitting from third year, second year, what we should focus on, let's see that also. एक interesting, this is an analogy which I have built, right? Let's try to decode it. बड़ा simple है. Let's take the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario क्या होगा? क्या होगा? AI ने सब कुछ टेक ओवर कर लिया. ठीक है, यही सब fears है ना. मेरे ख्याल से यही questions होते हैं, right? This is the most favorite slide of mine which I have prepared just to explain all of you कि what is the fear all about. Fear क्या है? कि AI सब कुछ ले लेगा. Let's assume the worst case scenario. AI takes 100% of everything, right? Will AI be the consumer or be the producer? Producer. So 100% humans are the consumption. सबसे ज़्यादा consumption कहाँ होगा? Population world की सबसे ज़्यादा कहाँ है? इंडिया में. कौन चाइना बोल रहे हैं? Come on. Update your knowledge. Now we boast about to be the number one in the world, right? We have the highest population in the world. Think about it. So who will be the largest consumer in the world? I think you wanted to know about it, right? You had it. India will be the largest consumer by default. And think where country like US, they are putting their minds in. Top, AI. Because they want to be the producers. And who will be the consumers? India. Because we are more into service industry. As again, Puneet sir rightly mentioned, we have to shift our focus to production now. If we do not do that, Atul mentioned about research, right? If we are not doing that, we will not be able to sustain. But let's again go back to the worst case scenario. 100% AI producers, 100% humans are consumers. There is bound to be an economic imbalance. क्यों होगा economic imbalance? Think about it. For any consumption, you will need money, either in monetary terms or other terms. But कमाई नहीं रहे होगे, तो खरीदोगे क्या? What will we actually pay for? जेब में पैसा ही नहीं होगा, तो खरीदोगे कैसे? आईफोन कैसे ले लोगे? जेब में पैसा ही नहीं होगा तो. और AI सोचते हैं, just take a scenario, AI जो वो completely iPhone बना रहा है. Only AI is making, and there is one CEO, right, of Apple that is sitting there, and they do not have humans in their company, only AI is producing Apple phones. Who will consume? Humans. पर humans के पास तो job ही नहीं है, पैसा ही नहीं है खरीदने के लिए. How will they consume it? So, there will be a paradox, right? It will never happen. So what will happen is that economic self-correction will happen. That is, our type of jobs will change. Nature of jobs will change. We will evolve. So jobs will evolve. What kind of jobs? Things you love to do. Things you are more interested in. Things you love to do. You'll start doing that.
Okay, I can add here. So I can talk about my professional journey. So basically, when I passed out from KIT in 2006, I joined HP. So I joined HP as an Oracle DBA, right? And what I'm seeing, my colleagues are in the same profile till now, right? They are doing good. But I want to see the larger picture. So from that profile, I move to another profile and then I go to the Oracle, okay? Because I was Oracle DBA, and then I want to look at the product company. So I went to Oracle and look at the developments, how they work, what their culture, right? Similar profile I was carrying there. Now from there, I moved to HCL. In HCL, I decided no more delivery part like Oracle DBA. Let's move to the implementation part where I can make do some implementation. Okay, I can make my hand dirty there. Okay, all this kind of thing I have done, and then I see the world. I went to different projects also. I went to on-sites and everything. I did that part. Now, what's happened? How the company are getting the money? Okay, what they are selling? I need to look at that part, because that part for every company is very important.
Absolutely.
If company doesn't have money, they don't need you, right? Very simple. If they are not selling their product, they don't need you as a job, as a worker. They don't need you, right? As an employee. So I moved to the pre-sales. Then I joined 𝐒𝐲𝐦𝐩𝐸𝐻. Then I joined TCS, and now in Dell. I'm doing that role of pre-sales. Now I'm in sales. Okay. So only I want to tell you, be adaptable. Okay. Be transformative. Whatever challenges are coming to you, okay, change yourself. That's why you will be in the market. You will get the good jobs. You will get a good pay hikes, because everyone here to earn the money. Very simple, right? You are here, get a good job. Then when you are in the industry, you are there to get the knowledge. Using the knowledge,
Absolutely.
You want to monetize that one. You want to get a better life, salary and everything. But to that, don't stop yourself anywhere, okay? Learning will be there. One day it will be tough. Second, it will be easy, okay? So be open. So Steve Jobs told, okay, to all students, be foolish, be hunger. So be hunger always required when you are in the market. Very simple. B is the agentic AI, be it generative AI.
True.
Okay. Now the quantum will come, cybersecurity will come. Technologies are evolving. They will evolve in the course of time. Sometimes they are slow, sometimes they are fast. Okay. But be ready for the change. Right?
Absolutely. Bang on. I think what Puneet just mentioned about, right? Last thing, that be hungry. The very first thing that I see in a candidate when I hire him or her in my company, right, is curiosity. Is he having a right set of curiosity or not? Because if you are not curious, because if you are curious, right, you will learn, you will adapt. I know that. I just need, if you are curious or not.
One question, if I can
Yeah,
ask.
please.
If you go back to the previous slide, although I am aligned with the long-term thought that's not possible, but from a student perspective, I'll ask this question: that if I'm a student in third year or fourth year learning computer science, for sure disruption would be there. If I am learning, let's say, front-end coding or back-end coding from last 2 to 3 years, now all of a sudden you are asking me that you need to connect the dots, which I have mentioned,
Absolutely.
and other things. So what thing I need to change in my day-to-day routine right now from this day onwards, so that I can be ready for that disaster, or let's say the shift?
Excellent question by Hemant. I think very relevant question, right? What we should be doing. So example लेते हैं, ठीक है? इसका I'll answer this again with an example. You were doing 2 into 2, ठीक है? 12 into 15, ठीक है? If I ask you 257 into 14, कैसे करोगे? कैसे करोगे? कैलकुलेटर करोगे? So कैलकुलेटर चलाना आना चाहिए. अगर कैलकुलेटर है तो you can get the result, right? So you have to actually get the results. So what you should know is to use a technology which is in your hand. It's no more important that you know कि plus या minus कैसे होता है cells से. But it's more important you should know calculator. Example is, I was sharing with my wife also that day, that these days students write less, right? They have to type more, because when they are into industry, आप लिखोगे या type करोगे? Type करोगे every time. Either you will type on mobile phones or you will type on laptops. But हम writing पे ज़्यादा stress करते हैं. Correct? Again, coming back to Hemant's question. So, what in computer science as faculties, right, or as mentors, I will share is, follow somebody, I think Hemant mentioned about connecting the dots. So connecting the dots is called systematic thinking, systems thinking. We should teach them on system thinking. Then there is a very good course on design thinking. I myself have done that, right? Design thinking. Design thinking is something which is very relevant. These are the aspects, human aspects, which you should be focusing more on, rather than Java बहुत अच्छे से आने से अच्छा ठीक है अगर वो आता है. Somebody mentioned about journalists. I think Puneet sir mentioned about being a journalist, right? So in our industry, it is called a T structure. T means having in-depth knowledge in one subject, in one core field, and having a journalist attitude. I myself am a journalist, right? I'm able to build businesses. Why? Because I'm a journalist. I have a core competence, then I know across the fields. We will discuss that also, right? So to answer that is more into systems thinking, design thinking. I'll suggest you a book, right? If anybody wants to read, there is a book named 𝐒𝐲𝐦𝐻𝐸vement. 𝐒𝐲𝐸vement. It tells you how you can adapt from things which are going around you on a daily basis, how you can adapt them into your business, maybe difficult, complex challenges that you're solving, how you can adapt that. If you get a chance, go through that book. It's not actually man versus machine. It's man with the machine. This is what I feel, right? This is, I think we all will resonate. It's no more man versus machine competition. No, it's man with the machine. Your biggest competitor will be not AI. Trust me, it will be somebody who's sitting beside you and is actually using AI, and you are not using AI. So somebody told me about his YouTube channel, and I asked him, are you using AI in that? Are you using digital marketing in that? What in-depth digital marketing you are using? I will share in my case study also. How much in-depth in digital marketing are you going in that? So if your colleague or if your neighbor, right, जो सामने रहता है, बगल में room के, if he or she is using AI, right, on their YouTube channel, probably they will have more viewership.
And on this code, I think man versus machine or man versus with machine, that's up to the you. You are the man. You need to decide that I want to compete with the AI, or do you want to work with the AI? For sure, working with the AI is the profitable part compared to competing with it. Let's say you start as the egoistic part that I can write down better code as compared to AI, but that's not the end goal.
Absolutely.
Correct? So that's up to you where you want to be, in versus part or in the with part.
So if, like, let's say today you are doing some work, and you can include AI for doing things which you know that a machine can do better than you, right? He mentioned about code. If you can code, right? Code कर लो AI के through, और जो पूरा business का aspect है, what exactly you want to get out of that code, it should be human driven, right? Next.
Sir,
please.
I do have one thought on the last one, that human with AI, and relating to the previous thought of how the job dynamics will change. So everyone is talking about AI, large language models, agents, generative AI, GPUs, but how that information will be transferred. So there is the job opportunity over there. No one is talking about here about the computer networks. Network is the key where the information will transfer at the lightning fast speed. And we talked about human in the loop. How human in the loop? Because we have to guardrails our thing. We have to build the policies. How that will happen? With the help of the cyber security. So that's the new evolution of the job that sir was talking about, that the job dynamics will change. How it will change? We will see more jobs into the computer networks. We will see more jobs into the cyber security. And if someone from the non-IT and the CS background is sitting over here, I do have the engineers working with me from the mechanical background, and we are working on the computer network, because that computer network requires a router. Router will be on which they will be on the rack. If you are a mechanical engineer, you will be building that rack. And if you are again into the mechanical engineering, you will be building the rack that will consume the right amount of energy, meaning the thermal engineering. So all of these things are related. For example, we study about the stock markets. If the petrol price goes up, everyone start crying about it. Why? Because transportation cost will increase. All the secondary things will increase. So we have to start looking the secondary things as well. What are the secondary things that evolve around it? We will need data centers for storing those large language models, for training those. How those data centers will be designed with the help of the mechanical engineers, with the help of the electrical engineers, so that it will be having a very less power consumptions. So that's the another secondary market that is opening up. Very few people are noticing it, and it already started into the US and the Silicon Valley. If you notice the US stock market, and if you see these secondary things, or in fact within the India itself, if you see the solar energy power shares like Vari Energy, it is going high, all-time high, since from the IPO. Why? Because OpenAI announced that they are going to open the data center over here. Jio announced they are going to open the data center over here. But that data center, they want to be 100% sustainable. So what's the secondary market it is opening up? For the sustainable energy, like Vari Energies, computer networks, and all those things. So there the job dynamics are going to change. That's
how they can add in their current curriculum, or how they can add to their knowledge for these applications.
How they can add to their knowledge. For example, you may be having your computer networks as a subject. Don't overlook at it. It is going to help you within 1 or 2 years, because network is the next.
Correct.
I think it's going back to the T part, correct? Yeah. You need to understand the computer network as well. So it's not something going deep in depth in one part and leaving all the thing aside. You need to touch base on everything: security, networking, operating system, everything should be there. You should have a good understanding of it.
True. Very important subject.
Yeah. So I said rightly, like I said previously also, cyber security. So when we talk about the networking, security comes in picture, right? So everything's are interrelated. Like in the case of AI also, networking between GPU cards, okay, that is also very important, because if the traffic over the GPU is not fast enough or latencies are there, you will not get the outputs. So in-depth knowledge of that part is also required. Industries are looking for the same. Cybersecurity, networking, okay, agentic AI, sustainability, all these areas you can look at that, choose as per your interest, okay. Boil the ocean, definitely you have to boil the ocean, okay. You have to look at that, what industry is going on. Very simple thing you can do right now. You can go open any job portal, okay, search for jobs, what you're looking for, look at the job descriptions, what they're looking for, okay. Then you can think what industry is asking for, what company is asking for, okay. That's under your interest or not, that you can decide. That is something, that is from job perspective. Now coming from the knowledge perspective, right? Knowledge you can get easily over the through internet. Knowledge you can nowadays very handy, you can get it from any GPT tools or Copilot, something like that. So from there you can get the knowledge, what companies looking for job, that information you can get it from the job portals, very easy. That thing you can start from now, at least, right? So that will be useful for you.
True.
Good afternoon all of you, sir. सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था, जैसे आपने कहा कि देयर आर इन्फॉर्मेशन ऑल एजेंटिक एआई एंड ऑल अबाउट. सर एज आई एम थर्ड ईयर स्टूडेंट, आई वांट टू गो इन दिस एरिया. मैं एक्सप्लोर कर रहा हूँ, तो इंडस्ट्री क्या मांग रही है सर एज मैं स्टैंड कर पाऊँ, बिकॉज एज हम देख रहे हैं जो प्लेसमेंट चल रहे हैं, जो बाकी सारी चीज़ें चल रही है, वो DSA एंड लाइक वेब डेवलपमेंट्स एंड तो इस एरिया में क्या मांग रही हैं सर कंपनियाँ. लाइक मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ बट समवेयर बहुत कुछ मांग रही हैं, बट वो हमें काम नहीं आ रहा है. लाइक वो ML मांगती है, लाइक आई एम लर्निंग लैंग्वेज ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन टूल, ऑल ऑफ दिस आई एम लर्निंग LLM एंड ऑल दैट, बट वो ML मांग रही है, बट ML हमारी कम यूज़ नहीं हो रहा. तो हम स्टैंड कहाँ कर पा रहे हैं, वो समझ नहीं आ रहा है सर.
Now there is a lot of confusion, right? What we should focus, okay. Again, companies asking for large language models also, but frankly speaking, those models are not easy to develop, right? That knowledge But what they're looking for, actually, they are looking for approach. Okay, that is very important. When I go to any presentation, customer presentation, sometimes I don't have a right answers for them. Okay, I come from the technology background. I design data centers for large customers. Recently, I worked one of the large manufacturing company where we design the solution for them. Okay, so there's a two aspect. First of all, job or interview, which is a entry door for you to go to the company, right? Once you're inside the company, then they will give you the projects to work on. That's the second part. So first part. Same way I can relate to my profile. For example, if I go to the customer, okay, the customer asks me, I want Mercedes, okay, but actually behind the scene, he doesn't want Mercedes, he wants something different car, right? But he want to see your approach, first of all. How you approach that question. How you can show them how much hunger, how much creativity you have. That he want to look at you. He doesn't, definitely you will get the knowledge during the course of time, right? After coming the job, they have a trainings also, they have their own agendas, they have their own partnership with the different OEMs also. You will get a good knowledge there as per their requirement. But right now, they want to see you, how much flexible you are, how much adaptive you are, okay, how much creative you are. So that thing you need to look at that. So in that case, if you are getting any interview, first of all, look at that, what is that job description they're asking for, okay? And then think around that one. One thing you should remember, your interview is on your hand, right? It is not in front of someone who's taking your interview. So how much long the interview can go, okay? How much you can speak about, how you can revolve around that interview around you, that's something in your hand. How you can do that? Just do a preparation, be creative on your resume, okay? Be creative while you're talking about, be creative while you talk about your solution approach and everything. So that thing they are looking for from you. Okay, from us they are looking for different things. That's a different story. But at least from you they are looking for you from that. Okay. Like Punit is also telling that when he look at the person while taking the interview, he always look at the creativity. How much hunger he has. How much hunger he has to learn. Right? And that's why it will help you to transform your job as per your interest or your requirement. Right?
So that was a really well answered question, and I hope the doubt is all cleared. And if it isn't cleared, sir is here to present a case study. And if you have any further questions, we can keep it towards the end of the Q&A session.
I also add to one point on how without the human interaction, the agents don't work, and मतलब work करेंगे but हमें ज़रूरत पड़ेगी. But and हम AGI की तरफ जा भी रहे हैं because without AGI agentic development हो ही नहीं पाएगा उतने ऊपर तक. But what I am learning, what I am looking at, there are some papers like React paper and Reflection paper. They are prompting series where LLMs are working like a humans. Like there are React paper where prompting works like agent thinking, then observation, their outputs. Then if their context is relevant, then go for it. Then if not relevant, then rethinking, re-observation. So these type of things are coming. So how your ideas are going toward that कि ये मतलब human in the loop कम हो सकता है.
You're more talking about auto GPT kind of a model, right?
Yes, prompting, so, like there are
exactly.
The React paper like.
So I will cover that. Right now, this case study covers your auto GPT. Okay? It's not a case study that you have to solve. I'm just sharing it with you because this is something real time today I am doing personally, right? I'm invested into a business by the name of Second Moment. We are building that, how we are utilizing on real case study basis, how we are utilizing agentic and generic AI models. आपको इसमें समझ में आएगा, right? It will answer your question as well on auto GPT models, right? So first of all, background देख लेते हैं quickly. So these are mechanical watches, right? Mechanical watches, I talked about Rolex, Patek Philippe, right? A mechanical watch can start from 10 lakh rupees and it can go into multiple crores, right? Every star, Bollywood stars, and they wear these mechanical watches. देखा होगा आपने. इनमें जो है बैटरी नहीं डलती है, दे आर नॉट बैटरी ऑपरेटेड, ठीक है. वाई दे आर कॉस्टली? बिकॉज दे डू नॉट हैव अ बैटरी, रिमेंबर दैट. इट्स प्योरली अ मैकेनिकल फंक्शन. देयर इज अ coil, right, called the mainspring that goes around, ठीक है. when it winds, आपने HMT घड़ी पहले देखी होगी जो घुमाते थे उसको, right? it also had a manual winding where you need to wind that watch. अभी क्या हो गया है, ये self winding है, ठीक है. that the rotor you see it is a self winding mechanism. वाइंड करता है. अब एक मैकेनिकल वॉच सोचो जिसमें बैटरी नहीं है, मैं फिर से बोल रहा हूं, उसमें कोई बैटरी नहीं है, कोई इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सर्किट नहीं है. इट्स अ प्योर मैकेनिकल थिंग. कोई फ्यूल, कोई एनर्जी नहीं है. एनर्जी कहां से आ रही है? सिर्फ एक मेन स्प्रिंग रोल्ड है, जब वो अनरोल होता है उससे एनर्जी आती है. इट कैन टेल यू डेट टुडे, इट कैन टेल यू कैलेंडर, कौन सा डे है, डेट है, कौन सा ईयर है, क्रोनोग्राफ, टैकीमीटर, मून फेज, मून का आज फेज क्या है जो आसमान में दिख रहा है. इट कैन टेल यू पावर रिजर्व, अलार्म, ड्यूल टाइम जोन. इफ यू आर गोइंग टू अनदर कंट्री इट कैन इवन टेल यू कि वहां पे टाइम क्या हो रहा है. टर्बिलियन, इट्स एक्चुअली अगेंस्ट द ग्रेविटी, जो इम्पैक्ट आता है उसके अगेंस्ट में करने के लिए. परपेचुअल कैलेंडर मीन्स द कैलेंडर विल लास्ट टिल 400-500 ईयर्स. आपको टाइम या फिर आपको कैलेंडर वापस सेट नहीं करना पड़ेगा. दिस इज द क्वालिटी ऑफ अ मैकेनिकल वॉच. ओके, नाउ मैकेनिकल वॉच इंडस्ट्री स्टार्टेड facing right, this is called quartz crisis. Quartz crisis happened in 1969. It started when a battery was developed. They found that अगर बैटरी आ गई अब तो बहुत प्रिसाइज टाइम पता लग जाएगा, ठीक है. Why do I need a mechanical watch to tell me the time when I have a quartz watch? If I have an Apple watch in my hand, why will I need a Rolex watch? Why will I need it? मेरे हाथ में Apple watch है, right? मेरे को क्यों चाहिए? So what they did, how they solved this quartz crisis was, they said, okay, we will position our product in the market that we are premium product. We are not like battery operated cheap products. No, we are not. We are premium products. So premium positioning, telling them that's the pinnacle of mechanically achievable. अगर कोई इंसान अपने पूरे थॉट्स, क्रिएटिविटी से अगर कोई चीज अचीव कर सकता है तो वो ये वॉचेस के अंदर होता है. आप कभी सर्च करके देख लेना, इफ यू वांट टू गो यूट्यूब, व्हाट्स इनसाइड अ रोलेक्स वॉच, व्हाट इनसाइड अ पातेक फिलिप वॉच, you will get to know it's a whole world. It's a $1 billion industry. $1 billion industry है, लोगों का करियर है. There are computer science engineers, there are engineers, people are working in this industry. Swiss are the leaders in this industry because they have formed a cartel, right, for this. So what they said is, we will carefully position our product that we are no more competing against quartz watches. We are premium watches. So आज के टाइम में आपको मैं एक बात बताता हूँ, बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है. जहां क्वार्ट्स, जिसमें सेल डलता है, वो आपके हाथ पे जो घड़ी होती है, that is only 1,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 6,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 25,000 rupees. A mechanical watch is 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 1 crore above. Imagine. Because it's the pinnacle of mechanical. So next. Now real business case study starts here. What I am building because I am heading this business, right? There is an investor money which has gone into it, right? Where we are currently today and how I am utilizing AI and generative AI, right, in these models. Next, please. So this is the second moment, platform, where you can sell and buy pre-owned watches. That is Rolex watches, Patek Philippe, the brand you name, we have it here with us, right? We have it here with us. You can sell these watches. These watches are a good investment tools. If in this, right, you can form a career here. There are investment tools like, means, लोगों ने बिटकॉइन के बारे में सुना? बिटकॉइन में इन्वेस्टमेंट कर लो, करेक्ट? बट बिटकॉइन अभी कहाँ पहुंच गया? बहुत ज़्यादा आगे पहुंच गया, राइट? बट है ना? So you can invest in watches also. The rich people, right? The rich people, hi. The HNI is the rich people, they invest in watches. While when we are investing in other things, they are actually investing in watches. Their value actually goes up. So if you are investing 1 lakh rupees in a mechanical watch today, after some years, its value will go up. It will not go down. They are appreciating assets. Okay? We are building this platform. Next, please. Now, these are the key business functions which I'm handling, which I am building. First is procurement and supply chain. That is, we have to procure watches from the market. Example, Puneet sir has a Rolex, right? I want to get to him to get his Rolex watch, but question is, I have to get it at a right price so that I can sell also in the market. वो क्या right price है जिस पे I will actually pay him and get his watch, because watch तो इन्होंने 5 साल पहले खरीदी थी. आज मैं उसका क्या price pay करूं so that I can sell and earn profit. Operations, authenticate करना इन watches को. जो इनके पास watch है, is it a real watch? Is it a fake watch? Diagnosis करना, इसमें कोई problem तो नहीं है watch के अंदर. Marketing करना, omni-channel marketing, SEO, SEM, we all know, right? By now we all know, right? Search engine optimizations, we all know that, right? SEO, SEM करना, social media की campaigns run करना, customer behavior को study करना. So example, if you go on my website, right, and even if you tap or click anywhere, even on the mobile phone, I will tell you कि आपने कहाँ tap किया था, what watches you were actually looking at, what were your preferences, because I can then nudge you basis your preferences. So example, आप मेरे mobile app पे गए थे और आपने 2 जगह tap किया. I will come to know that you have tapped here. Basis that I will show you advertisement. जैसे Amazon में होता है, क्या होता है, आप जिस प्रोडक्ट को सेलेक्ट कर रहे हो तो या गूगल में जो जाते हो आप देखते हो हर जगह आपको वही दिखाई देने शुरू हो जाता है, राइट? व्हाट इज इट? इट्स नॉट एआई. सेल्स, लीड जनरेशन, अगेन जो नज किया, जो यूजर प्रेफरेंसेस है उसके अकॉर्डिंग गेटिंग सेल्स लीड्स एंड कन्वर्टिंग दो सेल्स लीड्स. Customer experience, how we can better customer experience there, managing P&L of the business, investors, money management and strategy, that is way ahead. Please, last slide. Okay, so this is how we study the indexes of watches. So like you have BSE index, Nifty, all going around, we have watch indexes also, right? उसके हिसाब से आज watch की price कहाँ जा रही है, ऊपर जा रही है, नीचे जा रही है, right? We have to pick those prices according. Now, just see in procurement and pricing what I have mentioned. 5 minutes, just if you can pay attention to it, it's relevant. Trust me, it's relevant for you. No matter which business you are, even if you join your family business, it will be very relevant for you. किसी का खुद का बिजनेस भी हो सकता है, ठीक है, किसी का फैमिली का बिजनेस है, कोई बिजनेस एंटरप्रेन्योर बन सकता है, कोई किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में जा रहा है. इट्स वेरी रिलेवेंट फॉर यू, ट्रस्ट मी ऑन दिस. एजेंटिक एआई क्या कर रहा है, वो इट विल मॉनिटर दोस इंडाइसेस, गो टू दोस ऑप्शंस, चेक व्हाट इज देयर लाइव एक्चुअली वैल्यू विच इज एक्चुअली बीइंग होल्ड देयर. उस वॉच का या उस ब्रांड का क्या वैल्यू चल रहा है, इट विल गिव अस इनपुट्स अबाउट इट. जनरेटिव एआई क्या कर रहा है, अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट वो स्टोरी टेलिंग कर रहा है और कस्टमर्स को रियल टाइम पे इट इज सेंडिंग नजेस. आई विल शो यू अ नज ऑल्सो हाउ इट इज सेंडिंग. Diagnosis and authentication. Again, I have an app in my mobile phone. This we have developed. I can check your whatever the wristwatch you are wearing. I can just scan it and I can tell you it's a fake watch or an authentic watch. Then not only that, even I can tell you at what price it will sell in the market. Pure use case study, right? Next, please. Customer experience means this is like a customer experience that why we love Cartier. So let's say Cartier, Santos, de Cartier, we are saying why we love it. 2019 Cartier elevated cloud. So this is all the language that is generated by the generative AI. So this is all about generative AI, right? It's generating a text which my user will resonate to. So somebody was interested in this watch. He tapped on it, Somebody was interested in this watch, he tapped on it and he gets this message. Lovely, beautifully crafted by generative AI. No human interventions, nothing. See, it's getting generated and it gets sent to that user. User clicks on it, makes the payment, buys this watch at 5.35 lakhs. This is how actually it acts. Then after sales training, after sales servicing that we do, training and internal efficiencies with that we do, marketing intelligence, I talked to you about social media management, right? I told somebody about YouTube also. Sustainability and supply chain. So supply chain and logistics, you know that AI has a big role to play. Even companies like Amazon and all, they are also venturing into it. So this was all, right? And now sharing you just the numbers where I have been able to achieve through this AI in last 5 months, right? Previously I built that business. Now in last 5 months, we have done a turnover of 50 crores plus. By this financial year, we'll cross 150 crores plus, and by next financial year, around 300 crores. We are going to achieve this. So, using this kind of nudging from AI-based tools. So, ये business, जो कि सोचो, एक बार सोच के देखना, ये बिजनेस बहुत ही कंजर्वेटिव, बहुत ही एक ऐसा बिजनेस है जो मैकेनिकल इन नेचर है. नोबडी कैन थिंक अबाउट कि आप एआई को वॉचेस में कैसे लेके आओगे, मैकेनिकल वॉचेस में. ये एप्पल वॉचेस नहीं है, मैकेनिकल वॉचेस हैं. सो यू कैन डू दैट इफ पीपल से यार इस बिजनेस में कैसे यूज करेंगे इसको, ठीक है, कैसे लेके आएंगे, ठीक है, कैसे बिजनेस को बढ़ाएंगे. सो एक बिजनेस है जो ऑलरेडी कुछ करोड़ पे चल रहा है, या फिर वो कुछ उसको अगर आपको स्केल अप करना है, यू कैन डेफिनेटली यूज दीज टूल्स, इंटीग्रेट देम. What the integration of all these AI or models, right, that you call as agentic AI or agents of agents. I think Hemant was mentioning about it, that we have a team of agents. One agent is doing this. Now what we talked about, Auto GPT, coming to your question, here actually it is. So one agent, it goes and crawls indices, correct? It gives me related information. Other agent tells me, okay, this person is interested in selling its watch. So what happens is one agent, एक slide आगे, one agent goes, crawls all the indices, real time, brings in that this watch will do well, right? This is the price that it should sell. One agent crawls all the leads, bring the lead that this person is ready to sell his or her watch, maps it, right? So lead कहाँ से आया? It came from marketing tools, marketing AI tools, which we talked about, right? Then indices, there is a agentic. So we are building an agent of agents model, where agents are talking, interacting with each other. From zero, again I'm sharing, from zero, in last 5 months, I have been able to build it up to 50 crores. This financial year we'll close at 150 crores, and next financial year we'll be at 300 crores plus. Just by building an agent of agent models, what we were all discussing about. So even in conventional businesses, your home business, everywhere, and I think talked about power, right? Power sector, similarly, right? Where you can go, how you can do it. So the world is not about, prompts and all. It's all about design thinking. It's about design thinking. It's about connecting the dots. It's about strategic thinking. It's about systems thinking. I think there is a course in KIET also, right, which goes for design thinking. Fantastic. It's lovely, right? This is something which you should pay attention to. This is the need of the hour, right? I think I've been able to answer your question on Auto GPT, right? How agents are interacting with each other and building a business. So if I can do it, you can do it also. Simple.
Puneet sir, if I can ask a question on top of this one, given you are coming from a business side, and this is the case with all the businesses where they are relying more on agents. So if you need to hire for this product from this college itself, and this is the 3rd year and 4th year, what qualities or what things, skills they should have it so that they can work in this ecosystem?
As I talked about earlier also, I just need somebody who's curious enough, right? Curiosity is something which matters to me a lot, right? Second is a T-shaped model where I'll see that which is your proficiency in. So one field that you are proficient in, other a journalistic kind of a thing, right? Because for other things, we will teach you about it. No worries. Watches, don't worry about watches. watches, we will teach you about watches. What we need more is a curiosity from your side, right? In fact, I'll tell you, if somebody, I'm throwing it open to all of you. If somebody is interested in the first part of it, procurement and pricing, right? And if you can have the ability, or have a knack of deep diving, I'll give you an instance. So Adesh sir is here, right? He has been my mentor. To be very honest, right? If I am standing here today, he knows a background which, right? If I'm standing here, is all because of him. He mentored me, he guided me when there was no guidance available. At a time I was like, again, यही same चीज़, क्या होगा? उस समय हमारे पास इंडस्ट्रियल इतनी विजिट्स नहीं होती थी सर. हमारे पास दो ही लोग होते थे, या तो हमारे सीनियर्स होते थे, there were other seniors, or maybe mentors. So I chose Adesh Pandey sir as my mentor. He mentored me during my tough times, guided me. We have been very little in touch post many years, right? But still, I admire him. My wife, she gave me a full support, right? Here because of her blessings from parents. Coming back to procurement and pricing, right? This agentic AI model, we are already building. We have it. We are already building. If any one of you is interested and feels that you can contribute, happy to welcome you in my team, right? You can contribute to this model. The ask is very simple. I'll give you a case study, right? आप कर सकते हो. अगर आप में से कोई ये कर पाया, तो come to me, share me. I will give you more insights into it, what we need. So task is very simple. You have to open your mobile camera, okay? Scan a watch. तो अगर watch नहीं है आपके पास, मान लो आपके पास एक Rolex नहीं है. If you don't have a Rolex, Patek Philippe, obviously नहीं होगी, but आगे होगी. Definitely 100% होगी, ठीक है? तो Rolex का पिक्चर उठाना रैंडम, ठीक है? उसको स्कैन करना अपने मोबाइल फोन से, और अगर वो उसके सारे एट्रीब्यूट्स बता दे, प्लस ये बता दे कि ये किस प्राइस पे प्रोक्योर होनी चाहिए. प्रोक्योर मतलब खरीदो इसको. It's all about supply chain management, right? At what price I should buy this watch from market, right? So that I can sell this at a profit, right? Profit margins, I will tell you, right? Can't tell you open like here. If you can build this, welcome to my team. Anybody, right? Try it. Open your mobile phone, scan your watch. If you can tell me कि ये scan आया है और नीचे ये भी आ रहा है कि at what price it should be procured. I have already told you that it should study all the indices in the market, watch indices. It should go and study the indices. It should study the Indian markets, and then it should come up with an answer कि at this price it should be procured. Real life case study. Okay, challenge accepted. Let me see who can do it. It's not that difficult, and trust me, the knowledge which you have, that is the same knowledge which I have, because AI world mein everybody is equal now. Nobody holds an upper hand. Even we sitting here, we don't hold an upper hand than you. You have the similar kind of knowledge. You have the tools, all tools in this world to do it. So, thank you from my side. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. This was a really informative PPT which you presented, and from the discussion till far, I think I can say confidently that we know about the foundations. We know what this field has to offer, what we have to keep ourselves safe from so that we do not fall into the risk of using AIs. And from the presentation that Puneet sir gave, we also know that there are prospects of employment not only in tech, but also in other businesses that can incorporate AI in a really profitable manner. So now to move to the audience, I would like you all to please raise your questions if you have any regarding this discussion. Yes, we have a question here. Please, can we pass the mic?
Morning, everyone. My name is Ayush Tomar, and I am from CSE AI department. So, as Puneet sir mentioned, that machines with humans. Recently, we see a case of a company who used Replit to use vibe coding, and then their database was deleted because of their AI assistant. So, how much we can, or how to an extent we can rely on the AI for coding, and to the offers that gave, where we can get the data to feed to the AI.
When a kid is born, right? till how many years you think that, okay, a parent thinks that, okay, now it is safe to send my kid alone outside, right? So when do you get that confidence? When you have tried and tested, right, things. So as Puneet sir, I think, already mentioned about it, see, humans have to be having that kind of governance, right? You have to build those guardrails around all these models. A defined set of guardrails have to be there. Humans have to act like governings, but at the same time, they should not be showstoppers. Okay, in these models. Please, Hemant.
I think sir covered that part, correct? You need to have the guardrails and governance in place. What's the second part of the question? I was not able to understand.
So that was the question that sir gave, that to make an AI that recognize the watches. So I was asking that where we can get the data to feed that AI in respect to the watches.
Okay.
Regarding the watches, I think he's asking for where can we get the data.
Data I spoke about, so you can connect with me, right? So I told you about indexes, right? Watch indexes are there. Go Google it. Watch indexes are there. Their prices are there, right? Their MRP is there. So I'll tell you one thing important is pre-owned watches sell normally I'm talking about, even like example Rolex, pre-owned में watch जो है वो ज़्यादा महंगा बिकता है. So a Patek Philippe watch a person can get at 30-40 lakhs on MRP, but that same watch in pre-owned sells at 70 lakhs. Okay, so similarly for Rolex watches also, they sell at a premium. Most of them sell at a premium. So you can get a new Rolex watch at 7 to 8 lakhs, but you will not get it, because the waiting time will be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, right? But in pre-owned market, you can get the same watch at 13 lakhs, 14 lakhs. Or maybe if it is discontinued at 20 lakhs, right? So that's the charm about it. That's why there is a lot of money sitting on the table in these kind of models. There's a huge money right on the table.
I have one more question about it, sir. As Puneet sir said, okay, you give me ask a problem statement. So if we figure out we work with us. So I have one more question from Atul sir and Hemant sir. Sir, as you are working on the lead, or sir, Gaurav sir also, you are working in a normal software engineering, managing software engineers and working with that. So if I am as a fresher going in a job market with Agentic AI approach, so there is uncertainty to choose me as I going for the job roles on the LinkedIn or on the Bell Founder. So can I go for the normal software engineering job and specialize in this field, or get a high, it's like go for the Agentic AI and deep dive into this according to current job market and as employees are hiring me?
Going in depth into Agentic as a student as of now, it might not be a good choice, correct? I'll still stick to the part of D. Given you are doing the engineering, you should have the fundamentals covered across the board. Pick anything, be it machine learning, be it something else. Have in-depth knowledge of that. But do not pick a niche category that is Agentic as of now, which is still not matured in the industry. And if, let's say, if I have a company and I know Agentic would be the future, then I'll choose the talent very wisely. Maybe I'll hire someone who has done the PhD in machine learning compared to a bachelor's degree. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, I want to add one more thing. I resonate with Hemant sir as well. And I mean, those agentic AI or agents will be developed by the software engineers only who has core knowledge. So I mean, go ahead with the core concepts and those should be clear.
Thank you, sir.
And as I was stating in the beginning that don't think your subjects are outdated, कि college में पढ़ने से कुछ नहीं होता. Still 10 years into the industry, I am giving my juniors example. आपके पास which subjects you are holding? Okay, you are having design and analysis of algorithm. Read that book and come to solve this problem. That will never go away. And still I am holding those books. Still I am holding those books till date, and I am keeping a reference of those. So as everyone is saying, don't go for the in-depth knowledge of the uncertainty, but understand your fundamentals. For example, if you are spelling a word, you should know the alphabets. If you are learning some of the language, meaning a natural language, if you are learning a Hindi, you have to know the translations and everything. So you have to understand the fundamental, and those fundamentals will come from the college curriculum. Trust your faculties, keep trust in your leaders and the teachers and the deans. Whatever they are saying for your good. And because how they are saying for your good, because they are keep in touch the people like us, and that's how they are designing all the curriculum and everything. Trust in your curriculum. I know it is the fear of missing out, that AI is here. If I am not learn it, I will be left out. It's not like the case. As Atul was stating, it is being developed by software engineers. And you were talking about that I apply for the Microsoft, LinkedIn, or the Google. Still, they are asking design analysis of algorithm questions. They are asking the question to design a graph. They are asking the question to design a Dijkstra algorithm that you may or may not learn still, but they are asking those design analysis of algorithm questions still. So you have to keep your fundamental very polished, and basis of those fundamentals are your Lego building block. You can build out anything out of those.
AI से डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, right? You don't have to fear from AI, right? It's our companion. Like I showed about the economic imbalance, right? That slide. Remember, AI अभी से नहीं intervene हुआ, right? It was there decades ago also. You talk about Hubble telescope. You talk about IS, right? Iron Dome built by countries like Israel. What are this? They are able to intercept missiles. Okay, aren't they AIs? Right? It's just that AI has now entered into creative fields like writing, solving things, right? Writing paragraphs, writing poetry. So you have actually started fearing, oh, AI will replace this, that. No, don't fear. Use it, utilize it, right? As again, we are sharing again and again, all of us have shared, right? One by one, that focus more on basics, right? Even your books, textbooks, they are good. More important is where you apply them, right? You will get an opportunity in life to apply those principles that you studied. Open up your mind, logical thinking, design thinking, right? How I can design this. There are concepts called like 𝐒𝐲𝐻𝐽𝐻, right? Kaizen, right? 𝐒𝐲𝐻𝐽𝐻 is there, right? Go study those concepts, right? And they will benefit you everywhere, right? I shared you a book, right? Go and study about �xProvement. There is a book, �xProvement. Go read it. You'll get your answers.
I think there is one more guy who asked the question.
Thank you, all of you.
Yeah, he raised that and just asked the question. What is question?
Good afternoon, everyone. I am 𝐒𝐲𝐦𝐩𝐨𝐬𝐢 from AIML department, and my question is from Puneet sir. So, sir, I don't have a tech-related question as such, but I have a business model-related question. Mm-hmm. So, you resell luxury watches, right? So, I have read about this model, and since it is a model with high token market, it's a high token product. So, how do you gain your first customer in such markets? Because the consumer base is very less, and they have some trusted dealers where they buy watches from. So how do you gain your first customer in such markets where there are high token products?
So you have to develop. When we talked about, right, if you remember, I talked about marketing also, right?
Yes,
getting to the right set of customers through marketing, right? What kind of right digital marketing nudges that you are going to take, right? We talked about, we use some tools. We are using some tools where it's, example I'll take is, even if I'm coming to this college, right? Any of one who's sitting in my vicinity, abhi aap log jitne log baithe ho, can you develop something that their mobile rings or it shows your advertisement? Is it possible or not? You know about it?
So not yet.
Not yet? So I think we all know about it, right? So try and go in a hyper mall, right? Whenever you'll near that mall, in certain radar, you will start getting nudges from brands which are there in that mall. How come? So this is called nearby marketing. Okay. So similarly, we have pin codes. We know that on these pin codes are the people who are living, who are actually HNIs. So example is, anyone of you heard about camellias? Camellias सबने सुना होगा? सबने सुना है, right? Mongolias, camellias, सुना है ना? 100 crore apartments, Gurgaon, right?
DLF Camilla, I think you said.
Yeah, DLF camellias, right? So I know that geographically where my HNI segment actually resides. अगर मैं मुंबई में हूँ, so example, if I'm in Mumbai or if you are in Delhi, do you know which, or let's say talk about Ghaziabad, which is the most posh area of Ghaziabad? Poshest area of Ghaziabad. Come on.
Sir, Rajnagar.
Rajnagar, right? Rajnagar, Kavinagar, Rajnagar. So if I can locate that pin code, right, and I know my customer would be sitting here, right, on this area of he will not be in the Turab Nagars of the right world. वो तुराब नगर में नहीं रहता होगा, वो कहाँ रहता होगा? राजनगर में रहता होगा. तो अगर मैं राजनगर में पकड़ूंगा, वहाँ पे जो मोबाइल ऑपरेटर है उससे कनेक्ट करूंगा, and I will nudge those people who reside in Rajnagar on their mobiles with right set of advertisements, right, campaigns, marketing campaigns बोलते हैं, right, marketing campaigns. Anybody will click that, come on my mobile app. After he comes on my mobile app, wherever he is tapping on my mobile app, right, I will know what his interest is. So when he taps, okay, if you are tapping on a 50,000 watch, I know that you are a person who's interested in a 25,000 to 50,000 of a watch. If you are tapping on 10 lakh plus of watches, I know you are a right set of customer for this. So I will then nudge you, send you automated messages, which I showed you, right? I will send you automated messages according to where your interest is on my mobile app or on my website. I will share it with you. So let's say I share to hundreds of you, right, who actually came on my, out of the 1,000 people, 100 clicked on my ad, right? They came on my mobile app, they clicked on the watches of their interest. I will send them nudges, right? And again, some of them will actually be the consumers. आज नहीं होंगे तो कल होंगे, correct? But I will maintain that database, right? Once they log in, correct, I will get their phone numbers, correct? Once I get their phone numbers, I know these are the people who actually logged into my accounts and this is the activity that they were having. Now, what I will do, I will start nudging them periodically. After every few days, I will start sending them nudges, okay? In terms of marketing campaigns, in terms of emailers, in terms of other kind of advertisements. So I know, or maybe this person will know, your name is, sorry?
𝐒𝐲𝐦𝐻𝐨𝐬𝐢𝐻.
Vishal.
Ishan.
So I know Ishan will not buy a watch today, but maybe he will buy on Diwali, or maybe he'll buy for when his birthday is there, or when his father's birthday is there, right? You will buy it, correct? So there can be periodic nudging as well, which we do, right? In that sense, I will convert you finally into my customer.
Yeah,
so
I can
when we
add
talk
here.
about first set of customers, this is how you can use AI to your benefit.
Okay, I can simplify the things. So what Puneet is telling that I will go to pin code, I will do everything. So he has a product, okay? Now I have a digital marketing company, okay? That is based on Agentic AI, right? So he comes to me, he's telling that, Mr. Puneet, I have to launch my product in the market. Okay, can you help me? So what Agentic AI tool will do, he will go all the platforms, okay, autonomously. He will launch the product, right? He will look at the reactions. He will look at which area it's coming. Then he will, again, autonomously, he will look at that, what changes customer asking for. Still the product has not been launched. It's in pre-launch. Then he collect the data. He do all the market research. Then it will give to me as a digital company. I will go to the product company in saying that if you make these changes in your watches, in your pre-launch, that kind of aggression from the market or interest we will get. And then it will do a predictive analysis, okay, in future, in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, for the same product, okay, what changes you can bring. So now he has a business requirement, Okay, as a digital company, I convert this business requirement into the technical requirements. Correct? Now, my engineering team will convert the solution. So here, what's your role? You need to decide which side you want to go. As a after your college pass out, you want to be in business requirement, understand the business requirement, covering technical requirement, or you want to be engineering team where you solve this problem by bringing your products and everything. That's where in your interview, the employee want to see that approach from your side, right? So for any problem, you can have many answers, right? It should be right, it should be wrong. That time will say, right? But approach is always important.
My question is from both of you, Puneet sir. Such a nice coincidence. I am Ayush Pathak from AIML branch, and I am a first year student. So I wasn't able to understand the technical aspect of what you all shared. Hence, I want to learn of all of those. First of all, you, Puneet Garg sir, you said that your focus should be on more domain-specific AIs, SLM, small language models. How can I develop those technical skills to build those from right now? And what all things will I need?
So again, first of all, you need to choose your domain. Okay. So there are a lot of verticals in the market. For example, BFSI, okay, healthcare, insurance, and retail, FMCG, manufacturing, right? Or creativity. First of all, choose that particular domain, okay? Gain some knowledge, how the industry is working in the market, what's the real challenges, problem they have. I just give you one example. Let's talk about the law, okay? In India itself, in the law, you will see lot of documentations, like in every kind of in court, when the lawyers are talking about any case, they give the reference of any decision what made by Supreme Court, High Court. They give the reference of that one. Right now, everything is very manual. Every time they are sending in new books where the decisions are coming. Now, for a lawyer, it's a very challenging to look at all this data, right? Now, here you come. You create a SLML language, okay, where you put all these documentations, basically all this data, convert first of all this data to digital data, put in some repository, and then create your algorithm around that one, okay? And then top of that, you create one dashboard, which is search engine, right? Now that search engine, you will distribute all the relevant lawyers. These lawyers can search now in that engine like a generative AI. They can ask the case, that generative AI, ChatGPT or anything. For example, you give it the name lawmaker, okay? So the lawmaker engine will give all this kind of points, okay? For your case, these are your bullet points, these are your summary, these are the action items you can do in the court while you are working on the case or while you are having discussion or argument in front of judge, okay? So that's where it's helpful. Now, here you can develop the SLM language. Same way, every industry have a lot of examples, right? So first of all, look at the problem, decide what you can help in the problem, and then you can start building those things.
Want to add one more thing. Sir has explained you in terms of architecture that how can you go about it. So for you, as you are a first year student, you can use few tools to achieve this. You don't need to train the model itself. What you can do is that you can run DeepSeek in your laptop and use one RAG database, which is a vector DB like Chroma or something. And through that, you can give the information of documents which sir was telling about. You can put those documents in the vector DB. The vector DB actually contains the embeddings of those documents in terms of vector. And then you can give it a LLM access to that particular Chroma DB and start chatting with it. So that will be easy thing for you as you are a first year student, and you can achieve this, I think, if you search it over internet.
Thank you to both of you. Now to the other sir. Sir, I was very impressed by what Agentic AI that you have created. Just want to ask, how did you figure out this market? Like, were you interested in watches from started, or you saw that there is a gap and I can fulfill this, and within 5 months I can earn 50 crores?
Interesting question, right? So first, I get paid for solving complex problems. Okay. So when you go into consulting, right, we talked about T model, right? You have to be journalist and you have to be very core specific in one domain. So my core domain is scaling businesses from zero. You give me a business from at zero, right, and ask me to build it. That is my core domain. I have been doing it in my career till date. So the investors, they had a problem, right, at hand, which they want to do a solve, correct? When I come in, my job is to take complex decisions, right? So currently, even AI, they cannot make complex decisions. So there is a problem, there is a gap which is already identified. It's nothing which I have done. To be very honest, I have not done this, right? Investor comes, they say, okay, we have this problem, how we can solve it, right? You give them a solution, right? You work on it, you start developing models, or you start introducing technology to solve the problem, right? How will you actually solve this problem? Build it into a business use case, launch that business, show or give returns to the investors. They will put in more money into the business, and that's how it keeps on rolling, right? So ability to solve complex problems, complex or challenges. A learning, I'll just share you, right? In leadership, I always tell my team also, it's not that you have to decide between what is wrong and what is right. It is very easy. Even a child can do that, right? In leadership, it's about making a decision what is wrong and what is more wrong, right? What is risky, what is more risky. So you have to make complex decisions, right? You have to solve a complex problem like this. That there is a conventional industry which already exists. See, I didn't invent Rolex, right? रोलेक्स वॉचेस मैंने नहीं बनाई, पातेक फिलिप मैंने नहीं बनाई, ठीक है? वो ऑलरेडी हैं और बहुत सालों से हैं, ठीक है? More than 100 years they are there already. They are there since centuries, right? 1 or 2 centuries. So that is not which I am making, but we are solving a complex problem, that there is a product which is very conventional in nature. Okay, how you can bring it to the more foray, right? How you can develop a business around it.
So how to be someone like you, like from where I can learn this complex solving, and how to place yourself in such a way that investors do come to you?
KIET is the best place, trust me. Don't mug up, right? So I think now we are an autonomous university, right? So see, and we will definitely have in our curriculum, see, I have not read the curriculum of KIET, but I know, being autonomous, our honorable faculty members must have seen that, okay, these are the gaps, right, which were there in erstwhile, right, which will be removed. They'll be bringing in more kind of, thoughtful subjects. So what you need to do in these 4 years, right, is develop that kind of a knack for solving complex problems. Very good subject, right, which I have already learned, right, is automata. So about automata, nobody in India, I think, can speak more about automata than Adesh Pandey sir. So it's what do you do in automata? Pata hai subject abhi first year mein nahi aayega, second year mein aata hai, I think. Second year mein aayega, right? How systematically you solve problems? So see, when you are solving automata problems ना, आप बुक उठाना automata की, पढ़ना शुरू करना, आपको समझ में आएगा, ऐसा नहीं है, ठीक है? Just solve those problems. It will open up your brain. What you are doing? You are just solving problems. But अगर तुम सिर्फ mug up कर रहे हो कि अच्छा ये क्वेश्चन है, इसका आंसर ये होता है, ये क्वेश्चन है, इसका आंसर ये होता है, या फिर इसकी डेफिनेशन ये होती है, एआई की डेफिनेशन ये होती है, एआई को क्योंकि मुझे एग्जाम पास करना है, मुझे इंजीनियरिंग की डिग्री लेनी है, इफ योर पर्पज ऑफ कमिंग टू KIT इज ओनली कि मेरे को इंजीनियरिंग की डिग्री लेनी है, मैं तुम्हें एग्जांपल देता हूँ. जब मैं 3rd ईयर में था, ठीक है, आई मेट सर और मैं ऑटोमेटा की किताब सर के पास लेके चला गया था, उनका एडिशन था, ठीक है, और सर फिर हमारी काफ़ी अच्छा इंटरेक्शन हुआ सर के साथ मेरा. एंड देन आई टोल्ड हिम कि सर मुझे कुछ करना है, मेरे को मज़ा नहीं आ रहा, ठीक है, मेरे को मज़ा नहीं आ रहा, ठीक है. तो वी डेवलप्ड टेक्नोलॉजी बिजनेस इंक्यूबेटर में चले गए. वी ग्रुप ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करता था, पुनीत सर स्टार्टेड इट, वी लॉन्च V1 ग्रुप. 3 कॉलेजेस में गए, काम करना शुरू करा. उस समय TBI का इंसेप्शन हो रहा था. तो what other things you are doing in these 4 years, trust me, they will matter more. The friendships you will do in these 4 years will give you more results than mugging up those chapters. Don't be here to just pass and get a degree. Open up your mind. ठीक है, be relevant. As Puneet also mentioned about JD, देखो कि कंपनीज एक्चुअली में मांग क्या रही हैं, ठीक है, relevant प्रिपेयर करो अपने आप को. आई हैव टुडे आई सॉ दैट पीपल हैव ऑलरेडी बीन इनटू IAS, राइट, IPS स्टडिंग फ्रॉम दिस कॉलेज. प्राउड मोमेंट फॉर अस, राइट. सो लोगों ने अपना बहुत फोकस है. जरूरी नहीं कि आप इंजीनियरिंग कंप्यूटर साइंस में कर रहे हो एंड 10 years 15 years डाउन द लाइन आप कंप्यूटर साइंस में होगा, नहीं होगा, ऐसा नहीं है जरूरी. एग्जाम्पल, आई वॉज अ कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग ग्रेजुएट, right, but today I am building businesses using technology or using fundamentals which I had already learned in 2003 2004. वो ऑटोमेटा के प्रिंसिपल्स जिन्होंने मेरा माइंड राइट सेट पे दौड़ा, ऐसे समझो कि they would have opened my mind that I am able to apply. जो आज एप्लीकेशन में कर पा रहा हूँ उसका फंडामेंटल्स तो 2003-4 में ही रखे गए होंगे ना दोस्त. सो डोंट बी, ठीक है, पैनिक मत हो. Just go with the flow, adapt, stick to basics and run fundamentals. किसी भी प्रॉब्लम के बीच में ask why. If you can get the why, you are there. अगर सिर्फ कोई चीज़ सिर्फ पढ़ने के लिए ले रहे हो, then it is fine. ठीक है, फिर तो जैसे लाइफ जा रही चलती आएगी. बट अगर लाइफ खुद से क्यूरेट करनी है, you want to curate your life, कि I want to be here, then you have to create that why. What is the difference which KIT brings to the lives of students? All of my colleagues, they are sitting at very good places because it's the entrepreneurial mindset. और entrepreneurial mindset पता कहाँ से आ रहा है? तुम्हें सोच, मतलब हम कभी फिगर भी आउट भी नहीं कर पाएंगे क्योंकि सेम फैकल्टीज होती हैं, सभी करिकुलम सेम है, सब सेम क्लासेस है, मॉडल सेम है, ऑडिटोरियम सेम है, बट देन देयर इज वन आदेश पांडे who's there, who says कि नहीं यार entrepreneurship करते हैं. कोई बच्चा मेरे पास आएगा तो मैं उसको बोलूँगा अच्छा तेरे को कुछ ट्राई करना है, ट्राई कर, क्या चाहिए तेरे को, रिसोर्सेज चाहिए, दिए, क्या चाहिए, थोड़ा सा पैसा चाहिए, चल मैनेजमेंट से दिलवाया, बाहर से दिलवाया, ट्राई कर. ये चीज़ें तुम्हें दूसरे कॉलेज में नहीं मिलेंगी. ये जो लोग होते हैं ना, द पीपल हु आर देयर, राइट, हु फॉर्म द, सॉरी आई डू नॉट नो मच अबाउट अदर फैकल्टी मेंबर्स बट आई नो अबाउट आदेश सर. एक्चुअली में ना ये जो फंडामेंटल्स होते हैं कॉलेज के, आई थिंक यू आस्क्ड मी द क्वेश्चन, राइट, व्हाट एक्चुअली मेक्स समथिंग बिग एंड कुछ लोग फेल हो जाते हैं, कुछ लोग, is the DNA. और DNA बनता है बेसिक्स से. What Professor Adesh Pandey was able to bring to this college was entrepreneurship mindset. Already दिमाग खोल दिया, ऑटोमेटा से आधा खोला था, बाकी entrepreneurship से खोल दिया. That's, and I became a living testimony of that. अब बिजनेस सी, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बिजनेस चाहे टाटा करे, चाहे रिलायंस करे, चाहे जो मर्जी करे, बिजनेस के 2 ही एजेंडा होने चाहिए, राइट. वन इज प्रॉफिट मेकिंग, ऑफ कोर्स इट्स अ बिजनेस, देन यू शुड हैव अ वाई फॉर इट, वाई यू वांट टू डू इट, राइट. इन्वेस्टर अपने आप आता है. और अगर आई विल सजेस्ट फॉर योर केस, डोंट थिंक अबाउट इन्वेस्टर्स. मुझे इन्वेस्टर से पैसा चाहिए नहीं, मैं बूटस्ट्रैप करूँगा. पहले टेस्ट तो करो अपने को वाटर्स में कि व्हाट स्किल्स यू आर गुड एट. There is a TBI, utilize that, go there, right, take up some project, do that, ask for some fundamental, investments in that. Maybe those of us who are interested, they can also pull in money with you, right, if you have a good idea. Investors will automatically come in, don't worry about that.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Garma Singh. I'm from CSI department. We are seeing AI use case in coding and the content creation side, and we are also seeing the GPT use, Bloomberg GPT, in the analytical aspect in the fintech. But why aren't we seeing it in the personal finance sector? Or like, why aren't people developing it? Like, what is the barrier there? Like, is it user is more sensitive to their finances than their images, or something like that? Ki AI is not very trustful. My question is to Hemant sir.
In the personal finance sector, so to answer it very briefly, is majorly the trust factor, because if you're sharing your data, so you do not, let's say you are not confident enough that that data is getting used down the line. That's why as a user I'm not confident enough to share those kind of data, and it's not able to change that part.
I am from payments sector only, right? That's not true, first of all. Absolutely not true. So, example is, CIBIL scores, right? Even the single money, right? भारत पे पता है किसी को? भारत पे सुना है? भारत पे 0 क्यों चार्ज कर रहा था कस्टमर से और बिजनेस साइड से भी और यूजर साइड से भी? Why? What is the business model all about? So they were actually tracking your transactions. What kind of transactions you are doing? Your name is Garima Singh, right? So example, if I go and check your mobile app and see where in the month you spend most money on. So let's say if I find that you are more interested in, clothes, you buy clothes. So what will I do next? In case I see that in your account that you are spending a lot, trust me, next month you will start getting calls from people who will give loans to you. And you will feel ki where I am getting this calls from, I never applied for a loan.
Thing is that it is more about awareness. Okay. Now, if you look at the market of internet users reach, okay, that's the maximum market in India we have, except other countries. Okay. So that's why companies are heavily investing on that market. Now, where this internet is reaching now, it is now reached to your villages, panchayat and everything. Okay. Lot of banking sectors are governed by RBI. Okay. If you look at that, RBI is a governance body, okay, who controls everything. So these people are not, first of all, what they are trying, first of all, they are making digital banking, right? So that any user in cities that has been developed, even they are using AI also for their personal banking and everything. But in villages, still these guys or villagers are not able to use digital banking. They are heavily dependent on going to the branch, interacting with the bank employees, and then the way they are working. Somewhere they have a cooperative bank, okay. Somewhere they have a government bank like SBIs and everything. Now, first of all, for them, the main RBI motto is that bring these people on digital banking. You know the SBI app YONO, YONO, everyone knows that, right? Now they are going to launch a new version, YONO 2.0. In that, they are making a SaaS-based kind of cloud, very big one in India. And their main purpose is that everyone now in rural areas start using the digital banking. Once that achievement will be done in next 2 or 3 years, then they start using the AIs on that part. But first of all, they have to start from basic, right? So that's why you will see a progress of AI in those areas might be next 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 years, sorry. But first of all, for them, the main purpose to start the digital banking, which they are doing.
It's already there. Just explore more. A lot of banking, right? Even they are there. So that's something called inclusive banking, which government terms it, right? Read about inclusive banking, how we are doing it. What Puneet sir just mentioned about, read about inclusive banking, you'll get to know.
So data science have multiple things, correct? AI is one part of it. AI is more of a common between data science and software engineering. You can build an application using AI. This is one part of software engineering, but for doing the data science, you have data, you need to clean the data, then you need to apply AI on top of it, correct? So that's your choice, that's your decision, that whether you want to go in depth in AI, you can touch both software engineering and data science, or whether you just want to focus on data side. I hope this answers your question. And how I'm telling this is, I have done masters in data science from BITS Planning. Now I'm doing another masters in AI from ISC. And what I've seen is there is a complete segregation within industry as well. That these are the data scientists, these are the software engineers. But AI is the common piece over there in both the worlds.
Yeah, so in company now, we are calling data science as a data scientist, actually. So the term has been changed. Now, masters, PhDs, what industry is looking for, because definitely data is a gold, is a oil. So earlier the oil, like basically, oil is a gold, like earlier. Now it's a data is a gold, because definitely that is required. So data science is more about managing your data, right? How to extract the values, transformations, everything. So that's why company are looking very high values on that one. But again, for that, masters, PhDs are very important to go, either from big institutes like IITs or NICs also. So that way the companies are looking for.
So thank you, dear students, for your queries and such an interactive session. On behalf of KIET Group of Institutions and Alumni Engagement Cell, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all who have contributed to make this event a grand success. First and foremost, I would like to express my deep gratitude to the Almighty for making this event a success. My sincere thanks to our management for such a great patronage. Now, I would like to express my gratitude to all the distinguished alumni and industry experts. Your insights were really appreciable. My special gratitude to Executive Director Dr. 𝐒𝐲𝐦𝐩𝐬𝐲𝐬 sir, Director Academics Dr. Adesh Kumar Pandey sir, Director CRPC Dr. 𝐓𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐽𝐻𝐻 sir, Deans of all computing branches, Head AEC Dr. 𝐂𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐿 sir for their constant support and encouragement in organizing this event successfully. My special thanks to Purchase and Admin team for making all the required arrangements. A special thanks to Team AEC along with the faculty coordinators from various departments. And last but not the least, I would like to mention my special thanks to the energetic support system of the student team whose efforts behind the scenes were really appreciable. Thank you so much, everyone.